Okay, so today we ran a few more samples, a couple of them, interestingly enough. This is the sample from last night that, just for the hell of it, I tried to fill the porosity with cyanoacrylate, and I mean, it failed miserably, and I expected it to fail, but not in the way that it failed. It's hard to see. You can see this line right here. This would not grind, would not sand, would not abrade with the discs I have. And you can see here where this is about the line of where I had painted this stuff on. And you can see where it would come off and just eat that tar out of this. And you can't even tell. It's really eating this down. This is barely cut. Oops, this right here is barely cut. It's very interesting. It's not what I expected at all. Not what I expected at all. Total failure, but hey, we learn by failing. Okay, what is this over here? This is all right, this is Simmental with, you can see the reflection there. This is Simmental with a boatload of TiO2 in it. And I don't have that other sample with me to compare it side by side. This is definitely lighter. This is, without polish, just way, way whiter. But not quite as white as I would have hoped it'd be, especially considering it 10.44% of the mix was TiO2, but whatever. Anyway, it is incredibly smooth. You can obviously see matrix is still not polishing. Got to figure out a way to make that matrix harder, but it's incredibly smooth. So this here is Simmental with 10 grams in a 200 gram batch of black pigment. So this is smooth. We have some crazy, and I'm not sure what that's from, but this is smooth. Nothing like this sample here, though. Nothing like this sample here. Simmental, though, right? So same aggregate, same everything. The aggregate does not seem as dense over here as it does over here, for whatever strange reason. So, whatever, not sure. This guy, interesting. This is this guy was a whole mess of stuff. We literally got to the point where I was just dumping more stuff in. This is Simmental I started with, and if you look closely, you can probably see. Actually, at least in here, you can't really see it. There is some of the silica in there. It's hard to see. This is Simmental with 105 grams of quarter minus white glass, or clear glass, and then 105 grams of 1/8 minus black crush, and you can see all that fine aggregate between them. And then I added 25 grams of CSA, pure CSA, to it, just to bulk up the matrix a little bit. And then 5 grams of mirror. The mirror chips definitely need to be much smaller. But anyway, it's smooth. It's, the glass obviously polished nicely. Again, we clearly have a matrix polishing issue. It's a little pronounced around the outside. Again, these molds have a concave to them, unfortunately, or convex to them. So we really have to just focus here in the middle. But I mean, it's definitely more dense. I like it. I don't like it all at the same time. You definitely lose a lot of the depth, even with the clear glass we talked about the other day. You can see it, but because this black is very black, there's not a lot for the light to go down through the glass and reflect off of on the bottom. I mean, it's definitely something we're getting. I mean, this is certainly something that's sellable if we can get that matrix to cooperate. But as a comparison, here's one I did last week. Now, Steve, you've seen this one, but this guy has so much depth, it's not even funny. But because you can get the light through the glass, and it has something, a little lighter than just black down in there to reflect off of. So this is actually way deeper looking. Yeah. Those looks like holes. They're not. There are some vugs in this sucker, like that guy right there. But so that's that guy. This would be pretty neat too. This is in mortar mix, actually. So, but you can see side by side the depth of this one, the interest in this one is much better than this one, even though I prefer the darker black. There's just way more going on here. And this would be a really neat sample if it didn't have the round aggregate, the miscolored aggregate in it. So that could be something more to play with, try to get a cross between these two. I don't know. I'm tired. You have to forgive me. I'm tired tonight. Oh, there's another one. I've lost it. Oh, it's over here. This guy. So this is one I did the same week I did this. And it was super, super vuggy, full of holes, porosity. I did a slurry on this, which I thought was a complete and utter failure. And it's turned out to be pretty dang smooth. And now here's what's crazy, is you can definitely feel the aggregate in this, but nothing like you can over here at all. So why, this is the same glass. These round ones are a different glass, but these angulars are the exact same glass. So why, when I did a slurry on this one, did it not sand away like original Matrix did on this one? I might try to slurry this one just to see what will happen. This one too, for that matter, just to see. But this one's very surprising. This is very smooth comparatively. I mean, nothing like the TiO2 version. But I was really surprised with how well the slurry has filled this. I wish I had some better befores, but I didn't think it was going to work. So I didn't take any. I mean, we still have some holes. Here's one, right? Which is where I thought the ultra-thin CA would be useful. But no, it didn't penetrate at all. It didn't soak in at all, which is interesting because it should, but it didn't. Anyway, so that's where we're at today. This one's interesting. Both of these are neat. This one is this one feels like granite or marble. Super, super smooth. You cannot feel grain boundaries at all. Here you can a little more. Here you can really. Yeah, we're learning. So, but here's where we're at for tonight. Here we go. And you thought 8 minutes was long. Here we're burning up 10 minutes, and we got to do it all again tomorrow. Have a good night.